We're back with our wizards. Now with the doctor on board, we can continue our mission. Everything is up to date. We've done our dreams last time, so let's move on with the campaign. Noke's bar that night. Facts. If you're ready to talk about it, did you ever learn why they took you? Liv wanted me to kill her. I mean, obviously she's a magical doctor, so I assume they are trying to do some sort of undo doctor magic. I'm sorry. 3 times since we reached Liboli. She disappeared for a few hours, come back sweating and shaking, and ordered me to kill her and res her. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. She seemed sick, elevated pulse, sweating, dilated pupils, dilated nostrils, tremors. But I'm a surgeon. Diagnosis isn't my field. Okay, that's not what we had. And after you rewound her, calm, vital, picture of health. And she didn't bitch about the whole thing like some people. Glares at San. So we're not like, either she's sick and therefore she just has to keep resetting herself to keep going, or she's trying something that makes her sick and then she's revert. And also Kitty spotting. Was she doing something in that hour that made her that way? If there's something that takes you from healthy to that inside of an hour, I advise against it. Damn, this is tantalizing. I don't like unanswered questions. Really? I live for them. I know what poisoned you, if that helps. Despite what I was saying, yes please. It's a slow-acting poison the druid mafia use. Thistle Kiss. You had needle-fin puncture marks before I resed you, and Liv just hired a druid hitman. Oh shit. Okay, I have to say that's pretty smart. You don't have to say that. It's optional to say that. How do you kill the guy who sees everything coming? Don't let him know he's being hit until it's too late. Whose side are you even on? Yours, of course, but I'm freelance, so if she has a paid position, well, you will have to be fast. My contact says Liv's briefing her team tonight before they ship out. If we go in quick and quiet, we might learn their next move before they make it. Thanks, we're square. But if you're up for this, we could certainly use your skills. Oh, I'm coming. After what they did to me? The next time I shoot Liv Kennedy in the head, she's staying in the fucking ground. Yeah, just silence. Wow, this lady's intense. Well, this is a reconnaissance mission, so we might need to re-clarify engagement objectives en route. But let's go. Yes, no shooting her just yet until we get all the secrets. Blacksite headquarters, the night of the briefing. Alright. Suspensions auras cast, no alarms in this room. If we can take this room clean, they won't hear us coming. Wanna show us what Ghost School Garry can do? Ultimately, that will be Garry's decision. I'll set him up for success. Okay, we're gonna meet Garry. What can Garry do? Spectral Skull. Fire Spectral Skull named Garry, who damages enemies as he passes through them and bounces off walls once. Okay, so can she like send him basically boing boing? Like if she moves to here, yeah, he will bounce like this. Oh, but he has to pass clean, like he doesn't have a radius above a square. So he can go through a window, like he could get 3 guys here. Although he just deals damage to them, he doesn't push them back, and it's only 2 damage, so he won't kill them all. There's this thing here, I'll stun adjacent enemies when damaged. So we can damage those 2 guys and then stun the other guy. So that's something we can open with. That uses up her action. Now we want to use 5 different abilities one turn. Okay, Zan is getting demanding as well. Jen wants to finish by turn 2. And Banks wants to hit 3 enemies with the Spectral Skull. Okay, so hitting the container didn't count. We can get the big guy with it as well instead. So that completes her objective. Then we can breach with the other people. Jen can move in. If she moves into here, he has option to like a broom breach to the back. See what damage we can do here. But before we do that, Zan can come here, give her the time boost so she can do more. He can grab the intel too. So she broom breach to the other side. We will check if we need to cancel that or not. She can push this guy into the wall, this guy into the wall, and this guy into the wall. Okay, so it takes everyone out but this guy, but we can still just blast him. And yes, that's everyone in the back gone. Bank still has a Death Star, but that doesn't really help us. Now here. Zan can shoot, so he can like finish off one of the guys. He could also give a time boost to Bangs because she has the cocktail that will sting him. So it would actually get one of those guys out. Then Zan can shoot this guy. And then they can both just take cover. Oh, but then Jen will get hit. If we do the Gale Grenade, that will also take him down. And then everyone's done. Okay, we're not done because we haven't done the laptop, but because everyone's down, we can now just free move to the laptop and use it. And then we're done. So yes, we've done everything in turn 1. Pretty good opener for this episode. It was efficient. It wasn't clean because I didn't defenester anyone. I was just destroying them. But surely that's fine. Surely whatever we do to achieve our goals. What's next? Officers. They're the only people who won't shoot us on sight, but only because it's a policy to sound the alarm first. Tonight, that's worse. Any alarm goes straight to live, they evac early, and we lose their trail. If you think that's worse, you haven't seen the inside of a gunshot wound. Okay, sure. For us personally, life will go on. But we're trying to stop a war here. Get into the headspace, please. Yes, so our mission will be over if they reach the alarm and set it off. Now Jen wants to do turn 1, and Banks wants to do 3 enemies with the Spectral Skull. Well, she can breach. Yeah, okay. Don't let them go to the alarm. They're all going to the alarm. Where does she need to stand for the skull to hit all 3 of them? Okay, then it goes out the window, so that doesn't help. Okay, but this way, it will hit them all. It doesn't really kill them, so it's just to get us some damage. Well, Jen also has the chain bolt, which is fairly powerful, and will get that guy out the window. And that guy will be knocked out. And then Zan can come in and just shoot that guy. There we go. All done. We can go and set off the alarm ourselves if we want to. Like, Jen didn't even have to come in. She's just like, from the door, we're done. All right, we're here. If we can clear this room with no alarms, I can foresight into the briefing room and catch everything. Is this an easy one? I wouldn't want to go on record saying that, no. Might be time for some trauma transferences. That was the other thing we picked up. I'm always afraid to ask, but I'm not. What is it? Let's me move trauma around. I cast it on you. Then I choose who takes the damage next time you get hit. Oh. Feel like there was something in the Hippocratic Oath about that. I shot you in the head to save your life yesterday. Hippocrates needs to get on my level. Okay, so now we will be looking into taking damage on purpose. Okay, Jen wants to go fast, turn 2, and Banks wants to transfer 4 damage. Okay, well, let's breach. Now, there is a turret no one can quite reach in turn 1. There is 1 transference per encounter, so we have to be smart about it, right? We have to do it when someone's about to take a bunch of damage. So if we put Zan somewhere where he's gonna take a bunch of damage, like from some big guys, she can give him the transference. And we target it back to that gunner. Now she has to move out of the way, so she's not being targeted by that guy. But now he gets both that and the turret. He probably wants to set up the false prophet, so it's, yeah, getting those other guys. Jen will have to do something about the alarm guys, basically. So she can bolt this guy, bolt this guy, and bolt this guy. That gets the 2 of them out. And yes, then Zan is protected from this damage and the false prophet will take the rest of it. Well, he can still shoot, so he can finish this guy off. And then we just have the turret and the big guy. And then we foresee that he basically shoots himself and we've done the transfer for damage at 1. And then we can finish hopefully next turn, although there's a lot of reinforcements coming, so we'll see how that comes out. Okay, now we got a bunch of people coming in through the doors. What can we do? Well, Zan here can grab some intel. Banks can come over, hack this turret, so at least it's out of our way. We need to definitely get this guy dealt with, because he is a problem. If Jen can grab some intel, then she will be able to chain bolt again. So she can get this guy. Or actually, let's start with this guy and then this guy. It's not full on perfect yet, but Zan can shoot and finish this guy off. Then move to here. Jen can... She can't do anything. But he can time boost her and then she will be able to do things. She can spectral skull. Well, we could sacrifice... We can sacrifice Jen's health for this. And then foresee the fact that the thing explodes. But yes, there will be reinforcements. So Zan can predictive on this door. So at least we get that out of the way. But yes, one person will come out of that turn. So it won't finish by turn 2. So another alarm guy. We can't get them both now to close those doors. So that's out of the way. She can sedative him so he's easier to kill. Jen can shoot them. Zan will come to assist and he's down. He can seal the last door. So then everything is finished except Jen's thing has failed. But, you know, sometimes I can't help that she's so demanding. Okay, well, what's happening with this briefing then? This guy on the floor is like, ugh. Alright, we're wheels up for Callan at 200 hours. And I need everyone on the same page. The same sentence before we touch down. Put a foot wrong in Liboli, you piss me off. Put a foot wrong in Callan, you will never see daylight again. So let's hear it. Ryan, stay canine. Head to the vaults, sniff around for mana stockpiles. Good. Bori, straight to the safe house, lay low, don't set fire to anything important till I get the mana call, don't set fire to anything till you get the call. Sure, of course, no major fires. Steve, I have a question about my role. Oh god. More of a comment actually. I just think I have more to offer than my badge. I know you said it will help our cover, but if I could be a part of the vault team... I am not your HR manager, Steve. I don't need you to feel valued. I use people who don't need nannying. And if that's not you... No, that's me, absolutely. You can throw your pretend cars around when we get to Midil. Till then, you are just a badge. Steve's high-vis robe sighs. I still don't get why we're going to Callan. It's gonna be chaos with the riots. I'm not gonna draw you a diagram. That's a wrap. We are H-5. Be at the helipad on the dot, or you're staying in Liboli. So they're going all over the place, but they're destroying the mana instead of collecting it or anything. Reach the briefing, complete. Sound no alarms, complete. Learn Liv Kennedy's next move, complete. Understand Liv Kennedy's next move. Let's set ourselves achievable goals and build confidence from there. Yes, exactly. It's like, why are they doing this? I guess that's the whole mystery of this game, right? What is their plan? Well, that's, I think, Act 2 missions complete. So there's definitely places we will learn more. Those two get perks, nothing for Dessa yet. Okay, so we've got perks for them. The forced entry for Broom Breach means we can breach onto people and then give them free knockback, so that's an interesting one. I've not been using the Broom Breach a lot, but when it comes handy, it really comes in handy, because we can really improve our positioning. The Refreshing Jolt, once per turn refresh your move after firing. That could be interesting, because often here I find that I want to move to a position in order to get stuff going, but then that's not the perfect position to finish the turn in, so that could be interesting. So let's get the Refreshing Jolt, and then the upgrade to that will be we can target it as many times per turn as we want. Okay, and then Zan. Okay, we can make the time boost be an area effect. We can make the Prophet use things, but I was like, well, it was useful for that one mission very specifically, but beyond that, I'm not sure it is. I think I generally use him just to take damage. We can make the supportive fire even stronger, but how about we invest in something else? Maybe the predictive bolt. I should definitely be using it better, especially the one where I can trigger it on my turn. Yeah, and then if we fire it on my turn, then we can gain 1 mana, or have it be usable again if we knock someone out. Also the Prophet, if the Prophet dies before it disappears, your mana is refunded, which is, the way I use him, he gets shot, which means I would be getting the mana back. So that's actually might be a pretty useful one. Let's go with this. And then we move on. Back to our board. This is getting messy. I'm gonna group some of those together. Okay. So Liv's team. Okay, we have this Ryan guy. Never seen this guy before, but somehow he hit Zan and I with Fizzle Kiss darts unnoticed and almost killed us both. So we need to talk about boundaries. My ma always used to say, if you can't shoot something nice into someone's neck, don't shoot anything at all. He's a druid hitman, yeah, so he's going into the team. Bori is in the team. Steve is in the team. And Liv is in her own team. Yes. And then our team, Dessa, Jen, and Zan. And apparently we got 2 other slots, so we're expecting 2 more people to join us. So we have Liv's sickness. Banks' Liv asked to be killed and resurrected 3 times after disappearing for a few hours and returning sweating and shaking. What could be so serious and why did it keep happening? Yes, so it was cured by Dessa, and we were poisoned by Ryan. We have Liv's going to Kalan. Exact location unknown. Liv's team is headed to Kalan next, but we don't exactly know where or remotely why. Noke's bar, local brandies, discreet bartender. We found a nice out-of-the-way place to hole up between ops, and the bartender's already heard enough that there's not much point in lowering our voices now. Yes. They're headed to Callan and then repeatedly suffered. Liv's repeatedly suffered Liv's sickness. Yes, so that's all of our links. We have new dreams. I would want to do some stuff with Dessa because she's got some cool outfits. So what's in Liboli Nights? Okay, well, it's only 3 missions in this dream, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, all 3 of them are here, and each of them gets their own door, because Tessa's back there. So let's all breach and see where this is gonna go. We have 10 enemies to knock out, 3 doors to seal, and then Jen wants to finish by turn 1. Seriously, Jen, why are you always rushing? And Banks wants to hit 3 enemies with the skull, where it should be fairly easy to do early on, right? Because yes, they're bunch of clustered people here. We can hit the container and make it explode. Yes, and that actually kills 2 of them too. Is there a better angle we can get if she like walks in? Can we maybe get more on the bounce as well? We can get a lot of them, but just not the containers, so let's do that. Yes, that's a lot more than 3. That's achievement for 6 of them. What else? Well, Jen could go in here and like seal this door, but she's gonna need to get rid of a bunch of people so that she does not get shot too much. Zan can also get this door. Now I'm wondering, should I have gotten Dessa to also get the other door? Because it seems we can actually seal all 3 to start with. So if she moves here, can she still get a good spectral skull shot? Not as good as that last one. Potentially something... I'm thinking, do we want to do it after we maybe moved some guys around or something like that? But I'm also then thinking, you know, my people will be on the board and then it might be a problem. Well, we can get 4 of them here. And actually the container explodes, so that guy's out. She can come in, seal this door. Zan can come in, seal this door, right? So all the doors are out the way and they all gain mana from it. It's just making sure we don't die. Because currently everyone will end up dead. He can give her a time boost. And she can also grab the intel, so she's got more mana too. Which means she could do another skull, finish those guys off. And then that will get the targets off her. Jen, she can chain bolt for sure. If he gives her another time boost, she can also throw a sedate onto those guys. Okay, one of them hit Jen after the explosion, but I'm sort of willing to accept this if we can get stuff out of it, right? Because then she can hit people too and get them eliminated. Zan can still shoot. This guy will just die of the sedatives. I'm just like, it feels doable, like we could get it all in turn 1. We also still have the Transference. So currently we're looking at Jen being shot for free, and we could put that free onto this guy. So he will basically kill himself. It's just how do we... She can just Gale Grenade this guy out of existence, right? And then if we foresee this... Oh no, because it's a free from 2 sources. So he still has to burst him. And then that should work. Because this guy just dies of the sedatives. And then we're done with all optionals in a single turn. So confidence up for everyone. No defenestrations. Shame on us. Next one. A single entry point, and this one is just Banks. She wants to use the Death Door twice to eliminate the hostiles. Okay, well, got a breach, that's for sure. Interestingly, there are windows middle here, right? Obviously, doesn't work for defenestrating, but works for line of sight. This guy here got Overwatch. If we wanted to do the Death Door, like, we can get him. And then, yes, we can get him knocked back 1, so he goes into the door. So that's him done. Then she can't do the skull because she's used up her action. Now she can move in. I'm just looking if I can get an angle for a skull to do 2 hits, but not sure that will work. If she comes in, she can throw the sedatives here, so that guy's out the window. And then we just have to protect ourselves from that guy. But we don't want to kill him fully because although there will be reinforcements, because I'm like, oh, we want another Death Door death. But yes, we can put the Transference on her. So we protect her and then redirect it back to him. And that's it, I think. Yes, because he just shoots himself and that's it. Okay, let's end this turn. There will be another guy coming. She has a second Death Door, but yes, it won't go behind this guy directly, it will go further away. So let's not cast this yet. I guess we have to move in closer around the doors to be able to fight them. She's now in the line of fire, but she can also grab this intel for later. Well, she can't just take 2 damage and it's fine. If she dies, we can resurrect her. All we're looking really to do is get in there so we have better eyes on that other guy we want to push into the door, because I think that's the real thing here, right? We want to get the 1 confidence for her. So let's just accept this. Yes, there is a second guy now, but now we can move in closer. She's got this Death Door, so we can place it behind him, and now we just need to get enough knockback on them, right? Because she will knock him back once, and then if she moves here, she can knock him back again, and that gets that done. And we can just enter. Yes, there's a big guy coming now. And unfortunately, we don't have enough movement to get rid of him. So we can grab this intel, and we can just get ready for him to come. Yes, he's just got grenades, so... it's fine. She can come in, seal the door, gain mana. I guess we don't have another Death Door, right? Because I've used them before. Didn't super predict this whole thing. Let's give him the cocktail. She'll need to move, so she's not in the grenade. Grab the intel. Then she can give him another cocktail. That will knock him back so he'll take damage, and then he will be taking damage just of the stuff. But she will die. She will die. But I mean, we can't just resurrect her. And she still has the Transference actually, so she can protect herself and redirect back to that guy. So that works as well. So he shoots himself basically. So that works out, and then we're done. She's got more confidence. And that means we're almost there for the outfits. We're back to the whole team. We've got to prevent for reinforcements stall. Okay, so we have to really get on those doors. Jen finished by the end of turn 3. What a surprise. And Banks 3 enemies with the skull. The doors are quite far away. And there aren't any windows, like external windows here. Our Can we redeploy for the internal windows? Well, let's breach first and see what goes on. We have to use the laptop to let Zan into there as well. Yes, I just wanna move here and just have a little test. No, okay, the internal windows do not count. We can't just broom along that, so that's not it. She can go into the laptop and open this door, but she will be in a lot of trouble unless Zan can then help out, right? Because this will... Okay, no. Unlocking this door means Zan will die, so that's not going to work. And it will happen every time, right? Because it doesn't matter if we breach first and then he opens it. When this door is open, he will just go to the face. So he would have to move, but then he can't walk in. Which means this is probably not worth it either. Banks, she can get a sedative on those guys here, but she needs to move in first. So yeah, she can get a sedative here, or she can spectral skull across quite a few guys. Huh. We can open with Zan, just giving her the time boost, because then she will be able to do both the sedative on those guys here and the spectral skull across them, so that they take more damage. So send it like this. Do a bunch. This guy doesn't die, but we can get him through other means. Because of course Jen can bolt and eliminate this guy, so that will then remove our Zan problem. So she can move in here, use the laptop. Zan can then go in, but not far enough to hack a turret. And he can just eliminate this guy. So that's at least something. And he can predictive on the door, so at least we get rid of the guy that walks in. Now, take cover here on this side. Oh no, Jen still takes damage from the turret, but we can put Transference on her. So that will help. So if we get Transference on her, we can send it back to the other big guy. And what's that? Ah! I forgot to take cover with Banks. So yeah. She will still take 1 damage, but that's more acceptable than dying. Okay, and now end turn then. Okay, yes. We get that guy out. We get more guys in. Okay, who can we get where? Well, Zan can come in, get a turret hacked. So Banks can't get to this door. Jen can to seal it. So she can both seal the door, and she can turn off this turret, but this is our turret. If we rewind this, he can make it to this other turret. So he can actually hack this one. So then when Jen moves, she can do both. Seal the door and turn off the turret, so it's not a problem. And if she fires at this guy, it should refresh her move as well if we need that for something. The furthest Banks can make it here. Does that help? Well, she can put out another sedative on the big guy. And that also triggers Zan helping. Okay. We can chain bolt a bunch of them. Okay, but now Banks is in the way. So if we undo this, she can throw the sedative from here, so that's fine. Which means then when Jane bolts, it's not gonna hit Banks. He can still kill this guy straight up. She can move forward. He can't protect on this door because can't see it. Okay, well, we still have 1 turn to finish. Oh, but then we won't prevent all of the reinforcements. Oh, well. Okay, well, we still have 1 turn for Jen to have the finisher. So I think we're good to finish up here. And this turn. Yeah, we get another grenade guy. Zan can come in here, shut this door. But do we want to do it first? Because then he won't have line of sight on anything. Jen, come here, grab this intel. The turret will attack this guy. Banks, come here, put a sedative on him, so that when we bolt him, yeah, he gets tons of damage. But actually, if we want to get to that door, we could just use our normal blast. Then we get to move it. Oh, we don't make it to the door. Can Banks make it? No, she also can't. So if we rewind all the way, if we put Jen as far as she can go, she can grab this intel. Banks can come in, do the cocktail on this guy. Actually, can we get him into a door instead? Yes, because that gets rid of him. And then we can move again, seal this door. Zan can move, seal this door. So we're finished by the end of turn 3 and we've sealed everything to prevent enough reinforcements. Yeah, good. Everyone's getting very confident. 8 confidence for Banks. Yes, how's our outfits doing? We can get med school now. Check her out. Yes, I'm definitely unlocking it. She looks amazing. So that's our outfit now. Those two still need to save up for some of the other stuff. Although, I'm not sure, maybe for him the Dark Arts is actually the coolest one of the remaining ones, so let's do it. But for her, I quite like the White Witch. She's snowy. So we're willing to get her to 20. Let's go one more main mission, just to see what are they up to. Alright, if they're taking the chopper to Kallen, they'll be leaving from the southwest facility with the helipad. Kitty! We still got no chance against Lift, but if we get there early, we can catch some of her goon squad alone and whittle down their numbers. I thought we already beat the traffic guy back in Stonecliff. We didn't kill him. God, don't tell me you're one of those outfits that kills 100 henchmen, then suddenly grows a moral compass when it comes to the fuckers responsible. Yeah, exactly. Why does that always happen? No! We don't kill henchmen either. No killing. Oh yes, because we just get them knocked out or through the window. Oh, so you're not hypocrites. You're just toothless all around. Damn right. Liv won't get there till the last minute. She's never early because nothing can make her late. The rest of them will rush because they're terrified of her. So we might be able to catch them at their hangar before she gets there. Then we better gear up. Okay, so it's still before the main thing goes down. We're just at the Blacksite Hangar shortly before that stuff to reduce their numbers. Just to check, you are on board with the whole no killing thing, right, Banks? For now. I ask because you're the only one carrying an inherently lethal weapon. A gun? That's a medical instrument. I only use it for cranial interventions. I think cranial interventions are what he's worried about, shouts Jen from off the screen. I don't fire it in combat. I never shoot anyone. I can't be sure I'll have a chance to res. Except that one guy that I guess Jen interrupted and he died. Okay, good. Unless I want him to die. I think that's all we're getting, Zan. Yes. She promises not to kill anyone for now. Okay, we've got enemies. We've got a laptop to open the door, and we've got an alarm situation. Very few window situations. I mean, this isn't even a window, right? This is just a gap in the wall, so I don't think even that helps. Well, I guess we just breach. I know we can like reorganize them, like if we wanted Zan to go first or anything like that, but I think we're good. We can bolt. But I guess putting the sedative on people up front is a good option. I'm just like, can I reorganize them better? But let's start with this. So they're slightly damaged. That will take out this guy so he can't go to the alarm. Can we bounce it better? Because I kind of want to get around the wall to this guy. We can target him and then we can get this guy around the corner, but then we can't return to this guy. Okay, so we have to kill this guy even though he's already fairly injured. Okay, he's not there yet. I mean, Zan can just finish him off. That is an option. He barely gets to do any shooting usually. I just use him for time boosts. And what else? Banks can move. She's still got Dev's door. And Jen can move. Because I'm thinking she can put the door behind that guy, and then with a time boost, as I was saying, I just used the Zan for time boost. Jen can blast him, not from this position, apparently. Can she come here and blast him? Nope. If Jen goes here, can Banks get the door? Because yeah, Banks can go further, so she can get the door behind him. Then we give the time boost to Jen, and then we can blast him into the door. There we go. That fixes it. We can get the laptop, and that's all done. We're done in one turn. We used 6 different abilities, so everyone's happy. We're done. Yes, more confidence too. Advance. Okay, bigger room. Okay, when we breach, I want you to keep in mind that this room isn't as scary as it looks. What makes you say that? Blind optimism. Are there heavies? Won't lie, there are a lot of heavies. I hate them. It should be illegal to clip someone if they're in cover. It is illegal. They're trying to kill us. Not in Liboli. If we're trespassing here, basically nothing they can't do. It's why shady security corps like Reactor love it here. I thought it was mainly the tax breaks. The tax breaks don't hurt. Yes, there are a bunch of heavies here. We gotta deal with them. Now, I'm thinking a plan might be for Jen to go to the other side. And I mean the other side of the room, not the other side of life. We need to reach a window, but that means we need to eliminate this guy. If Banks can go here, throw in the cocktail, get those guys unsteady, then Zan can come here, kill this guy, so he's no longer overwatching, which then lets Jed come here, grab this intel, and broom breach to the other side. Then, if she uses her static, that will move them about, but then she can come here and she can seal this door, right? So we get one of the doors out of the way. She's got mana, which means if we give her the time burst, she will also be able to chain bolt those guys out. Yes, so we get all three of them out, and that completes Bank's objective of causing the extra knockback by making enemies unsteady. Now, this guy is targeting Jen still, but we do have Transference, so we can protect her, make him shoot himself. And then Zan can predictive bolt on the door, so that guy will be out. Yeah, so the only action to foresee is him shooting himself, and we're sure we wanna finish. So from here, what else we have? One teammate performs 3 actions, so he would have to do bunch of time boost, but now he doesn't even have the extra mana to be doing that. So that's not quite happening. Well, Jen can move here, blast this guy, but that's not enough for her to reach this door, which is unfortunate. If she moves to here, blast this guy, she still kills him, and then she can broom breach back to here while still having a move. And then she can reach this door and seal it. And then we finish by the end of turn 2, but we didn't do the 3 actions. Well, we need to move out of the grenade, because otherwise things are gonna get spooky. Yeah, everyone's good? We're done, okay. So not quite there. I guess the only way to have done that extra thing would be if either Zan grabbed the intel or he's done a door seal, then he would have had the mana. But I will take the 2 confidence points as a good outcome. Oh, I don't like this. When I foresee breaching this room, they target me with something and the vision just kinda stops there. Oh, that sounds like a neutralizer. Banks and I hit one when we were getting the Arcana. Reactor have anti-magic tech. Don't love that. They can't stop you throwing stuff. At least no one can stop you throwing stuff. There's a guy in Jong who can make your arms go limp, but only after eating a lot of celeriac, and he has to stare at the floor the whole time. I don't think we'll run into him. Yes, they can make you stop throwing things. So is that their grand plan? They're like, prevent everyone else from using magic so that they're the only magical force, and that obviously makes them overpowered. Okay, well, we've got this neutralizer guy and we've got a heavy. Zan wants to prevent reinforcement, Jen wants to finish in turn 1, and Banks wants to transfer 4 damage at once. Well, first, as always, we got a breach. Okay, and yes, we're immediately neutralized. So that's not great. If Bangs breaches here, then she's neutralized. Where are we move-wise? Well, Jen will be able to move enough, go to this guy, but then he retargets. She can still do the sedatives while she's neutralized, so that helps. Because then Jen can move in here. She can't target him with the grenade to kill him, because that's throwing stuff. Then she blasts this guy, but let Zan come out as well, because then he will assist. She blasts this guy. Zan assists, kills him. That lets Jen move here, seal the door, right? So immediately we take one door out of commission. We can't get the second door out of commission. We can't just predict a bolt here, hoping the guy will move to the side and see what comes out of here. And we can move banks in as well. Interestingly enough, we can resurrect enemies just for like if we wanted to play around with them a little bit more. Okay, so we couldn't finish by the end of turn 1 because we couldn't reach that other door. Now I'm like, is there a better way? Like if I redeployed Zan into here, if he breaches, does he have a reach on that door? No, he does not. Now I've undone everything, but you know, it's fine, I can just do that again. Okay, but he walks into it at least, so that eliminates him, and then we can just walk in and seal it. Yeah, just slightly off, so Jen's not happy, and we also didn't do the 4 transferences once. So yeah, now is the question, do we start getting silly with the enemies just to get ourselves the transference? Right, because we can bring him back, although he's confused and knocked out. Oh, he sees everyone as hostile target. So he's not gonna attack now, I assume, if we end turn. Yeah, now he tries to attack. So now, just to be silly, we put transference on Zan, and then he is gonna shoot himself. But just to make sure he dies, we blast him a little bit first. No, Zan, don't kill him. Okay, how about Zan shoots him, because then he won't assist with it. And then we foresee the fact that he shoots himself, and then Banks also gets her optional, even though we had to basically do a whole extra thing. Resurrect the enemies for it. Well, whatever gets us there, right? My question about the Celeria guy. I think he'd probably want to be known as the Limp Arms Guy. I don't think anyone wants to be known as the Limp Arms Guy. My question is, how did he unlock? When would you ever desperately need to make someone's arms go limp? Maybe someone he didn't like was carrying something he wanted to break? Okay, but that's want. To unlock, you've gotta need it. Maybe someone was carrying him away from his beloved Celeriac? We don't even know if he likes Celeriac. Maybe he hates it. Oh my god, now I'm sad about Limp Arms Guy. I was never not sad about Limp Arms Guy. Should we breach this door and stop World War V? Or should we stop and write a book about Limp Arms Guy? We have to think about it. Yeah, what's more interesting? Breach, I guess. Now we're all breaching through this one door. Although there are windows about, so Jen could reposition. And we probably want to because there's lots of reinforcements. Yes, Zan wants to prevent 9 reinforcement in total, so we have to be on those doors. And she wants to defenestrate 2 in 1 turn. Well, she's breaching. And she's immediately being neutralized. But if we move other people into here, then they're gonna be neutralized, right? Yes. Grab intel. She can broom breach. Onto this side, there are gonna be some heavies. Although should she have attacked first? Because if she gale grenades, pushes them about, and then maybe I need the other position for her. So Zan, come in, get that intel. She moves to this window, get the grenade. She can bolt like this, because then the angles are right to get them to out of the windows. Zan, give her the time boost, because then she can shoot. Although, let Banks come in as well. Because then she can sedative on this guy. Actually, if she sedatives on this guy, he just goes out. But then I don't give the Gen opportunity to move again. So I want to just sedative him slightly, so she can static blast. That gives her move back. So then she can broom breach onto here. Move onto this door so she can seal it. Annoyingly, the way I put her, she's kind of in the way. So now I'm like, oh no, I have to undo all of this. So let her stand here. Cocktail this guy out. Jen does the blasting. Redeploy. Move and seal. Because that means Zan can then predictive on this door, right? So we get another guy out of our way. And I think that's it. With that adjustments, that's okay. Now, he can reach this door. Whether we want that to be the first thing we do, it's not yet clear. She can sedative on both of those guys. So they're pretty much dead by now. And now we're just worrying about the doors and reinforcements, which means Jen can move and Broom reach to the other side again. If she blasts this guy... Oh no, she can't blast him now because he's targeting her, but we can just change it to Zan. She blasts this guy, that lets her move again onto this door or seal it. Banks can come in here, seal this door. So that's all the reinforcements we wanted to prevent. And he can just predictive on this door so we get rid of whoever comes out. And then next turn we just seal. There we go. Everyone's happy, everything's done, we're finished. Get our confidence right in there. And that's done. And here's them two. 30 minutes early, Bori. Someone's anxious to impress the boss. She says H-5. I don't know what that means. That means 5 hours out. Did you think it was minutes? You're early also. That's not... I just had some packing to do. You'll pack things from this hangar? Yes, I was low on spanners. I can't believe she works with those two. They seem like idiots, but I guess she's like, well, I need your powers and you're willing to do this. Alright, the clones are in the roost. Jen, if we caught by Bori's fire, anything we can do? Magical fire can burn on anything, but if it's not a fuel source, it takes focus to keep it going. The mana stockpiles in Rushwater seem to burn fine without him. Then I guess that's a fuel source. But people are just sacks of blood. It's hard to keep a fire going on that. So if he goes down, we stop burning. Best guess. Or I could just res you. Alright, we also have a necromancer. Necromedic. What about this traffic guy? He just summons ghost cards. It's honestly not much of a problem. You just have to move around. Bring it on, Galen. Shit. Really good hearing though. I forgot about that. Yes, every time he can hear us. Okay, so there are fires now on squares and there's the ghost card, so we just have to move around it all. There is a turret that needs to be hacked or disabled over there, which means Jen could probably do it with our hacks. So if Jen breaches here, moves to their own, and he's also gonna be throwing pyromancing stuff. Okay, so he's channeling the mild fire, but if he's knocked out, then he's done. He's gas masked, so he's immune to the sedative. Stuff from Banks is not gonna work on him. And he's got 15 health. Okay, he's gonna be the main problem here. Jen is being targeted by the neutralizer as well, but that's fine because we're gonna go out the window. So if she does a broom reach to this side, and she uses her static blast just on anyone really. It would have been nicer. I guess if she breaches, she can put sedative on Steve, and then Jen can blast him more. Then she gets her move again, so she can hack the turret. Right, so the turret is retargeted. What else we have? Banks can move to a better position. Zan can move, possibly give other people moves, right? Because he can come here, time boost Jen, who can then chain bolt people. What's our best chain bolt? He gets pushed there. That pushes him out of cover, but that doesn't really do much for us. I guess we push Steve there, he gets hurt a little bit. We push him here, that's okay. And we can eliminate this guy. So Steve is going down soon, but not so much for the pyromancer. What's Banks got? She can come in, grab some intel as well. I mean, Zan can also grab intel. He can shoot at Steve, or he can force Prophet potentially to get Bori off him, yes. And he can still shoot at Steve. So Steve is almost down. Can the Gale Grenade finish him off? Yes, it can. Okay, so then we've got turret targeting Bori and the Prophet taking the fire damage. Okay, apparently we wanted to use 9 different abilities and we got to 8, but not quite. Well, I guess if we put a predictive bolt on now, even though it's not gonna do anything, that counts as the 9. Oh, Jen wanted to knock Steve into Dev's door, though I've already killed him, so unfortunate. And Banks wants to resurrect a teammate who has no mana left. Why? Because they get 1 mana from it, that's why. You can't resurrect live people, right? Unless this is like an upgrade we don't have, that would let us. No, because it doesn't upgrade, so I'm not sure. Oh, we can resurrect the live people, it's just that they have to be in range. Because yeah, I think we can do this. That resurrects Jen and then she has 1 mana, it just doesn't really do anything because she has nothing to do left. Okay, well, let's just accept it and keep going, right? It says we're mildly on fire, but actually we're not because we put it on the ghostly Zan. Okay, so the fire hurts us on every action, but that doesn't matter right now. Okay, well, we can accept end of turn. Okay, so what we've got now. Jen could come here and close this door, but is that the most important thing? Like, it feels like we want to get Bori out of here as fast as we can because he's quite annoying. She doesn't have the mana to bolt, but if she comes here, she will have the mana to bolt. But before we do this, I think Banks can do Sedative, even though it will only affect the big guy. That should help us damage them more. Yes, he's out. Zan can move to here. He can to grab some intel at least, because that then gives him extra actions. So we can use the Prophet to get ourselves out. Oh, but not there because he immediately takes damage from the fire. There, okay, that's enough to confuse Bori. We can still just shoot him. And Banks can still move to be closer if we want to. Ah, she walked into the fire. But that's just her taking fire damage, not being on fire. Because she could do that thing again where she uses that and then he responds with 1 mana, which she can then use to give Care an action or Jen an action. So like she can Spectral Skull, or if he gives Jen an action, she can blast. Oh, but she can't from that position, okay. Yeah, so we'll give it to Banks and then she can use the Spectral Skull. Hit him for 2 at least. He gets knocked out of position quite a bit. And then we foresee... Yes, he just wastes his fire. No, more tiles are on fire now. Okay, well, people are gonna come in because we prioritize that over doors, but it's fine. He's neutralizing us, okay, but all the reinforcements are done, so he can just kill him, so that's all done. If Banks moves here, she will get neutralized and then Jen can just kill this guy, yes. Okay, and then everything's done. Only Jen missed out of the confidence, but I was like, I've already done so many things to get Steve knocked out super early, so then I didn't want to redo all of that just to get him into the dev store. So I think this is good enough, especially now that Jen has the most points out of them all. Okay, it's complete. Defeat Bori Cash, the least little pyromancer, complete. Defeat Steve Clark, Traffic Warlock, again, complete. Secure them. Yep, we're going to tie... Wait, no. Liv's got them already, apparently. You should have killed them. Wait, no. Who's writing this? Okay, so we've done all of this, and then, of course, Liv just appears, gets them, and, you know, we can't even do anything about it because she just operates on a different timeline. So how did we not predict that? Tessa's got a point for us to do something. So we can do the door to intercept, or we can make the skull have a big head, which I'm now thinking that might be better for more hits. Like, yeah, the door's cool, but this hits more people, and they like to play with a lot of enemies. So let's go big head. Let's go big head. So that's all our perks, and this will definitely be enough for today, because it's been a long one. We've done missions, we've done dreams, we've got new outfits. So let me know in the comments what you think is going on here. What is Liv's plan? And if you enjoy this content, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon on another adventure.